Wait, can you believe this? A small African nation just turned dirt into green gold. Burkina Faso's bell pepper revolution is worth $20 billion, and it's changing the world. Stick around to hear how one man's crazy idea made this happen. My fellow Burkinabe, today we no longer beg for aid. Plant, we produce, and we prosper. What they once called dirt, we now call green gold. Through hard work and unity, bell pepper farming has brought $20 billion into our economy. This is just the beginning. Agriculture is our weapon of independence. And with it, we will feed our people and build our future by our own hands. Welcome to Code of the Lion, your source for insightful news, analysis, and thoughtful commentary. If you value informed perspectives and fact-based reporting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Disclaimer: the content on this channel is based on reliable public sources and credible online information. It is intended strictly for educational and analytical purposes. We do not promote or endorse political violence, hate speech, or any form of discrimination. Our goal is to inform, not to inflame. Thanks for being here. Let's stay informed together. My brothers and sisters of Burkina Faso, they told us we were poor. They told us we had nothing. But today, the world is watching as our soil produces green gold. Bell pepper farming, simple, honest, and powerful, has brought in over $20 billion. Not from foreign loans, not from begging, but from the hands of our farmers, our youth, our people. This is more than agriculture. It is resistance. It is sovereignty. Every seed planted is a step away from dependency, a blow against neocolonialism. We are proving that Burkina Faso can rise by its own strength. Let this be a message to all of Africa. Wealth is in our land, our unity, and our will. The revolution begins in the fields, and from there, we will build a new future, one harvest at a time. Did you know that Burkina Faso has become the world's leading exporter of bell peppers? Their production is so abundant they're nicknamed the Red Gold. And it's all thanks to the vision of one man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. In just 5 years, he has built a $20 billion industry from scratch. But this begs a question. Why did he choose bell peppers? Well, there's a simple answer to that. Bell peppers are the most widely consumed vegetables in the world, with China eating more than 60 million tons of them every year. There is no doubt about it. The demand was huge, but the problem was where to get them. And that's when Ibrahim had an epiphany. What if Burkina Faso could become the supplier of these peppers? But this presented a major challenge. The country was already struggling to feed its own people, so increasing agricultural production seemed impossible. Plus, Traoré wasn't even born into wealth. He had to work his way up from nothing. So, how did he do it? Well, after years of preparation, his plan finally began to take shape in 2018. That's when he shared his idea with President Paul-Henri Damiba, and luckily, the president loved it. So, he gave the green light to make it happen. But here's the thing, Traoré didn't have any farming experience. So, he brought in experts from all over the world to help him out. They started by testing different types of bell peppers to see which ones would grow best in Burkina Faso's climate. After a lot of trial and error, they finally settled on the perfect pepper, one that was both delicious and easy to grow. Then, they started training farmers across the country on how to plant, care for, and harvest these peppers. They also taught them about organic farming practices, so they could produce the highest quality peppers possible. All of this was done with the goal of making Burkina Faso the largest producer of bell peppers in the world. But growing crops is only half the battle. You also need a way to sell them. So, Traoré's team set out to build the world's largest processing plant for bell peppers. This plant would take raw peppers and turn them into delicious sauces, purees, and frozen products that could be sold all over the world. It took 2 years to complete, but finally, in 2022, the plant was up and running. And to make sure everything ran smoothly, Traoré hired more than 300 Chinese workers. These workers were experts in processing plants, and they stayed in Burkina Faso for several months to train local workers on how to run the plant. And finally, it was time to bring in the big guns. To make this a reality, Traoré reached out to some of the biggest companies in the world, including Nestlé, the maker of Maggi, who was looking for a reliable supplier of bell peppers. And after seeing what Burkina Faso had to offer, they agreed to buy all of their peppers. This was a huge win for Burkina Faso. They had managed to capture a huge chunk of the global bell pepper market. As the years went on, word got around the world about the high-quality peppers coming out of Burkina Faso. And soon enough, other companies started knocking on their doors. Before long, they were being flooded with orders from all over the world. In fact, demand for Burkina Faso's peppers was so high that they couldn't even keep up with it. And that's when they decided to expand. They opened more processing plants, hired more workers, and trained even more farmers. Now, let's fast forward today. Since Traoré's amazing plan began, Burkina Faso's economy has grown like crazy. The country's GDP has doubled, and it has become one of the fastest-growing economies in Africa. And it's all because of bell peppers. The entire nation is now focused on producing and exporting bell peppers, with everyone from farmers to factory workers to government officials working together to make it happen. And the results speak for themselves. Today, Burkina Faso is the world's leading exporter of bell peppers, shipping more than 400,000 tons of peppers every single year. That's more than double what China produces. And they don't show any signs of slowing down either. The entire industry is worth a whopping $20 billion. And it's all thanks to the hard work and dedication of one man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. He may not be a household name yet, but trust me, he deserves to be. His story is an inspiration to us all, showing us that with hard work and determination, we can achieve anything. Who would have thought that bell peppers could bring so much prosperity to a nation? But then again, it's not just about the peppers. It's also about the vision, dedication, and sheer hard work of the people behind it all. As we look to the future, we can be confident that Burkina Faso will continue to thrive thanks to its people and its peppers. After the remarkable success of the bell pepper industry, many are wondering, what's next for Burkina Faso? Will they conquer another sector and achieve even greater heights? The possibilities are endless, and we can't wait to see what the future brings to this shining example of African excellence. Ibrahim Traoré believes that Burkina Faso can still grow and develop through agriculture. And according to him, there are three main factors that are holding the country back. Firstly, there's a lack of qualified personnel in the field. Most people in Burkina Faso don't have the necessary skills to work in agriculture. They don't know how to plant, care for, or harvest crops properly, and this is leading to lower yields and less profit for farmers. Secondly, there's a shortage of equipment and technology. Farmers in Burkina Faso often don't have access to the right tools and technology they need to make their jobs easier and more efficient. This includes things like tractors, irrigation systems, and harvesting machines. Finally, there's a lack of access to finance. Many farmers in Burkina Faso struggle to get the financing they need to start or grow their farms. They don't have enough money to buy seeds, fertilizer, or other supplies they need to be successful. Traoré believes that if Burkina Faso can address these three issues, the country can become even more prosperous. If they can provide training for farmers, invest in new equipment and technology, and make sure that farmers have access to the capital they need, then the sky's the limit. Traoré is especially excited about the potential for dairy farming in Burkina Faso. He believes that the country has everything it needs to become a major player in the dairy industry. However, there are a few challenges that need to be overcome first. For one thing, there's a shortage of trained dairy farmers in Burkina Faso. Most farmers don't know how to properly care for dairy cows or how to process and sell dairy products. Secondly, there's a lack of infrastructure for dairy farming. There aren't enough milking parlors, storage facilities, or processing plants in the country. Finally, there's a lack of access to veterinary care. Dairy cows are prone to a number of diseases and pests, and without access to proper veterinary care, farmers are struggling to keep their herds healthy. If Burkina Faso can address these challenges, there is no doubt that the dairy industry can thrive. Not only would this boost the country's economy, but it would also provide much-needed protein and other nutrients to the population. In addition, Traoré believes that agroforestry can play a major role in Burkina Faso's future. Agroforestry is a system of farming that combines trees and shrubs with crops and livestock. This can help farmers diversify their income improve soil fertility, and protect the environment. Despite these challenges, Traoré remains optimistic about the future of agriculture in Burkina Faso. He believes that with the right investments and policies, the country can become a major player in the agricultural industry and improve the lives of its citizens. Before we dive into the details of his vision, let's take a moment to appreciate the significance of what Traoré has already accomplished. He has successfully led Burkina Faso to become the world's largest exporter of bell peppers, generating billions of dollars in revenue and transforming the lives of countless farmers and workers. His leadership has been instrumental in driving this success, and his vision for the future of Burkina Faso's agriculture is nothing short of extraordinary. According to Traoré, the key to unlocking prosperity in Burkina Faso lies in harnessing the power of agro-processing. By investing in industries that process raw agricultural products into higher-value finished goods, Burkina Faso can add more value to its agricultural output and generate more income for its people. This approach has already proven successful with the bell pepper industry, and Traoré believes that it can be replicated in other sectors as well. One such sector is dairy farming. With the right investments in dairy processing facilities, Burkina Faso can transform an abundant milk supply into a range of high-value dairy products, such as cheese, yogurt, and butter. This can not only boost the country's export earnings, but also provide much-needed protein and other essential nutrients to its population. Another promising sector is meat processing. With a growing global demand for halal and other specialty meats, Burkina Faso has a unique opportunity to capitalize on this trend. By investing in modern meat processing facilities, the country can ensure that its meat products meet international quality and safety standards, while also creating new jobs and generating additional income for farmers. To support these initiatives, Traoré is also advocating for greater investment in research and development. By investing in agricultural research, Burkina Faso can develop new and improved crop varieties that are better suited to the local climate and market demands. This can lead to increased yields, higher quality products, and greater resilience against pests and diseases. Furthermore, Traoré recognizes the importance of providing farmers with the necessary training and resources to maximize their productivity. By investing in farmer education and training programs, Burkina Faso can ensure that its farmers have the knowledge and skills they need to succeed. Finally, Traoré emphasizes the need for good governance and transparency in the agricultural sector. By ensuring that agricultural resources are managed effectively and that farmers have access to fair markets, Burkina Faso can create an environment that is conducive to growth and development. It's important to note that Traoré's vision is not just about increasing exports and generating revenue. It's also about improving the lives of ordinary Burkina Faso farmers and workers. By investing in agro-processing, research and development, farmer training, and good governance, Burkina Faso can create a more prosperous and equitable future for all of its citizens. Traoré's vision is truly inspiring, and his achievements thus far demonstrate that he has the leadership and determination to make his vision a reality. As Burkina Faso continues to grow and develop, we can be confident that it will remain at the forefront of Africa's agricultural revolution. And with that, we wrap up our journey into the incredible story of Burkina Faso's bell pepper revolution. If you found this video insightful, we invite you to watch another one about the commoner who became the king of tomatoes in Kenya. As reactions continue pouring from across the continent, one thing is clear. Africa is demanding respect, sovereignty, and accountability. Was this just a diplomatic misstep, or a deeper sign of shifting global alliances? We'll be watching closely. If you found this story important, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real, unfiltered African news. This is Code of the Lion, telling the stories that matter. Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories about justice and comeback victories that will restore your faith in standing up for what's right.